Welcome everybody to the real J6 committee. Today's going to be a special show. This first segment, you guys got to just hang out with us for a little bit. We're going to talk about Joe's trip to Dallas. Teresa's going to talk about some events coming up, and then we're going to bring on some special girls in the second, third, and fourth segment. And you don't want to miss that. And I'm not going to spoil it. It could be Vicky, could be Nicole. Oh, I just spoiled it, Tammy.
He spoiled it.
I spoiled it, and I'm going to spoil it because I want everybody to stick around for those segments coming up, because what we're fixing to do is we're getting ready. We're getting ready to fight. We're getting ready to push whatever agenda it is.
Buttons.
But most of all, we're going to, we know who the girls are in Freedom Corner, but what's going to be a blessing about this is to hear them after Freedom Corner, where they're at, what they're doing, what they want to do next, and it's special to me because who it is. So with that said, Joe, I want to hear about your trip in Dallas.
My goodness gracious, the power of our Lord Jesus Christ takes me down this incredible path that I'm on. I can't imagine how this could happen, but I got on a plane and I flew down to Dallas, Texas. What I think is like the heart of America, when I think about Dallas, right?
Deep in the heart of Texas?
And I loved it, man. We got off the plane. We had to go to Brock, Texas. Actually, I got off the plane at Dallas International. I had to pick up the rent-a-car at Love Field, which is about 40 miles away. I had no idea. I should have been smarter about it. But anyway, I get the car. I go to Brock, Texas, to meet with Lego Man, who is Robert Moores, and his amazing wife, Olivia Moores, who was Olivia Pollock, that I knew for many years when I was at the Freedom Corner. But so I go down to Texas, and I see these, 100-foot flags off the highway. The tremendous wind that was blowing across the plains of America as these flags flew over the highway, dozens of them on both sides. And I said to John,
Interstate 30 that connects Dallas and Fort Worth.
I don't know what road I was on, but I'm going to tell you what, it was very heartwarming to see that, And then I proceeded to Brock, Texas, where I met with Rob and Olivia. And, they wanted to say, hey, Joe, let me take you to this place, that place, because you're so, every time I go to New York, we do something special. And I said, that's not what I want. I want to do something special with you right now, and I want to sit with you. Johnny Blanket was with me, so the four of us sat, got some waters or iced teas, and we just sat around the table. And Robert Moores read the first 150-some-odd pages of his new movie that he's working on called Love on the Run. You guys are aware of that, right?
Yeah.
Love on the Run?
Love that. Can't wait to see that movie.
I was sworn to secrecy as Robert read it, and I was totally blown away by the way it was portrayed. And what I'm really angry about is that the fake Hollywood is going to come out with a fake movie on the fake lying police officers that murdered Ashley Babbitt, that beat Roseanne Borland to death, that shot grenade cannons all over the place. So I'm really, so excited for Robert and Olivia and their freedom and his great understanding of history, his great understanding of our Lord Jesus Christ. So I left him for that day, and Johnny and I went into Dallas, Texas, where I connected with Stinchfield's Army. That's right. Grant Stinchfield met us for dinner at this very nice steakhouse.
I wonder if we have an asset for that.
We do.
we?
With Asset
Yeah.
1. Can we roll that video?
Is it a video?
It is.
Oh, this is the movie. That
No,
was on
I made
Sunday.
this last night.
Just keep. Here we go. Go and talk, brother.
Ah, that's me. That was him. That was General Flynn. That was Grant. There's Grant Stinchfield. Yes,
Maybe
and there's
slow
my
down.
friends right there. That was a quick run of the weekend. I was just getting started.
Sorry, I made it short for the morning show.
That was real
We can run that again if we
Well,
want.
it was really incredible. Saturday night with Grant Stinchfield, because he really has a good understanding of the America First movement. And I think that's what's important. He has a show on Real America Voice. He was kicked off of Newsmax. He was kicked off of Newsmax because he wanted to talk the truth about the virus.
He slowed it down for us. Good job up there,
And
control room.
there's General Flynn. This is a funny story because General Flynn I know very well. He's been here at the warehouse
Pause
many
it.
times. Teresa has him tattooed on his arm. I don't know where that came from, right?
I do
General
have a
Flynn?
special Where We Go When We Go All tattoo at the inspiration of General Flynn.
Wow. So Flynn was there, and he sees Johnny Blanket. So he's going, Joe the Box, and he comes running across the theater to say hello to me. And John's like, hello, sir. But I'm Johnny Blanket. Joe the Box I was over there getting water and popcorn, so I had seen him, and then I jumped over the line around the corner. I had a beautiful warm embrace from the general.
Hey, what did you do during the song they played in front of everybody.
Well, you know what I
With
did,
your
Gary.
flag?
Did he play air guitar
But
with
that
his
was
flag?
still-
No,
that was-
Joe Box being Joe the Box.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Well, first of all, I had some beautiful artwork done on my side of my face. It's not permanent.
I
My
call him
wife
Gangster
remembers.
Joe when he has the tattoos on.
But there I was on the way going into the theater. What we went down there for was the premiere of Lisa and
Chris Burgard.
Chris Bugard,
Yep.
who've done a movie here in the past at the warehouse called War on Truth, which we
Yes.
loved, and that was a movie about.
I think it was a
J6.
sequel to Capital Punishment, right? It was this, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just putting out the truth like you wouldn't believe. Well, he had a showing of his movie, Don't Sharia My Texas, The Alamo, and that's where I met everybody. You saw Laura Logan over there. And, you know, Gary, I don't know if I told you this, but everybody that I spoke to, from Luke Coffey and Lara Logan and several other people, had nothing but wonderful words to say about Gary McBride. Luke Coffey in particular, who found him very, very helpful in his lawsuit. So I want to thank you for that.
Well, I always think he's the unsung hero because he really knows. I was at J6, and Gary knows more than I do, and most of us. He's such a brilliant subject matter expert.
Well, I was in tears with it when they started talking about you, and I got the same information from David Summerall and the same thing from Trennis Evans as well.
Yeah.
The movement that we're creating over here, and this is why I feel it's inspirational, Gary, because you're here with us here. You're working very hard. You're creating our social media. You're working the cameras. You're doing the filming. You don't ask for much. You just, you're doing what you're doing, and I think it's a calling for you as much as it's a calling for me, and certainly a calling for Teresa.
Well, I was always, I just need to eat once a week and just have a pack of cigarettes. That's
It's good to
really
have you
all
back,
it
though.
is.
I know Texas is your home, but we'll
Oh,
make
no.
New York your home now,
You know
too.
what? Texas was my home. Long Island is my home now.
See?
Yeah, well,
So-
America's my home.
I'm in a whole other country right here. And I
Yeah,
love
it is.
And you know what? John and Joe got to experience what it's like for me being here because they didn't understand them. They're like, "You're not from here, are you?"
Well, I face
That
that sometimes,
accent,
right?
that
When
accent.
my brain's going 10 miles a minute and Gary's nice and slow and calm talking, and I'm like, I'm a hyped out New Yorker. But
Well, I thought it was great yesterday when Teresa said, you got these flyers, Gary, you better send them out right now. And he says, I'm driving to pick up John and Joe.
I didn't say right this second, though. I said we want them to go out as soon as possible, but, there's a lot of information to get out there.
Yeah, there is.
So,
Teresa plays hardball,
I do
Get her
work
done.
hard.
It's okay. It's okay, Teresa, because you're really doing a great job. I got to
It's
say.
all
Thank
good.
I give you free reign, kind of like, I don't really put any requirements or restrictions on you because I think that's the best way for me to get the most out of you.
Thank you for that. And I will do whatever you ask, of course, but there's a lot of moving parts, and I try to do what feels right and what's best for the country and our business.
Speaking of moving parts, what's going on this weekend? Are we doing anything?
Oh, we
or
do.
are
We
gonna
are.
sleep in? Or
There's
no?
Set
no,
up.
There's a lot happening here. So on July 3rd, right before we usher in the big 250th birthday of America, we are hosting a Patriot Beach Day at Jones Beach, starting at 9:00 a.m. And we're excited for that. It's the first time we're doing it. And then at night, for the local people here, you can join us at Bald Hill for the Freedom Fest. We're super excited because the beautiful, faithful Patriot Natasha Owens is coming back to Long Island, and she's a dear friend of ours. The warehouse, the America First Warehouse and America First Media and Television will have a booth there that night. So come say hi to us. We're honored to be a part of it. And then on Sunday, the Patriots are meeting up again to see the Blue Angels take off in Farmingdale. It's pretty cool. Trying to get back to Jones Beach for the air show is crazy, so we like to go watch them when they take off, honor our veterans, and we're really excited for this weekend. What a weekend for Patriots, right?
Yeah, I can't wait for it. When I lived here before a few years ago, I went with a buddy of mine, Kevin, to I don't know if it was Jones Beach or whatever, but all these big houses along the beach, they had it roped off and they had big old pallets and bonfires, and they launched off all the fireworks. So if that's where we're going to be, I know we're going to have a good time. And if it's
Oh, there's
Well,
we
you
can-
know we're gonna be-
You're
it's
not
gonna
gonna
be
get-
even better,
You're not going to
so-
get fireworks there during the day. You got to stick around for night. Our fireworks are going to be at Bald Hill.
Yes, the Coochie
With
fireworks,
Natasha.
yep.
Believe me, this is a great spot to be, Gary. You're going to have great.
I can't wait.
And on
pretty
Saturday, I'm
solid.
going to find a place to see fireworks. You can come join us.
Okay, are we going to have cannons or?
I would love cannons and some muskets, but
We got a sparkler.
I don't know about that.
We got a sparkler for you, Gary.
Thank you. I'll burn myself. Oh, I can't
And
wait to get
snaps.
these grills on. I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah, I've seen them too. So
So while well, go
that
ahead, let Joe
movie,
finish
by
that.
the way, that movie's coming here.
I've listened to Nicole. I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead.
Hey, that movie's coming here to the warehouse, by the way.
It is on July 9th.
This-
I don't know if Adam can bring. Oh, I try not to do that. Sorry, guys.
Alamo.
Alamo. That's what I meant. I don't know if we can bring up the end of that video again, but that's the flyer to.
Remember the Alamo.
Yeah, if you
Don't
can,
Sharia
there
my
you
Texas.
Go. So that's the flyer for the event here on the 9th. You can scan the QR code or go to our website and get tickets. That amazing cowboy on the right is Chris Burgard, the director himself, and he will be in house that night with his wife. So we're super
That boy's
excited
a real
for that.
cowboy, too.
He
He's a real
is. He
cowboy.
looks like a real cowboy.
I mean, he'll rope them and gut them.
Well, we're going to go get you some cowboy clothes this
I
weekend,
need some
brother.
cowboy boots. I
We'll
used to
get
wear
you
them all
fixed
the
up.
time.
Yeah, it's exciting. So, do you want to, before we go to commercial break and have the girls come in, do you want to explain what's happening? You're doing that when we come
No,
back?
let's just wait till they come on.
All right.
You know, it's all on them, not me. I'm watching Nicole. She keeps shaking her head yes. You know, I know that movement. Tammy's just chilling. She's, cooking, I hope. And Jen has got her hands in the cookie jar. Stay
Man,
off your phone, Jen.
You're leaving the audience in suspense here.
Yes. Get ready for what's fixing to come up, guys.
Well, we just had Jen here, so in the last few seconds, I don't know if we have time, guys, real quick, but I don't know if the numbers came through, but assets 7, 8, 9 is when Jen was here. You guys have them in there?
Let's click it off. Let's wait till the second segment.
Jen Baker had a great time.
What a great week for her to come.
She was phenomenal.
Yeah, and there's some pictures we can't show. Thank you, Jen.
Well, I only have the good ones here that are approved, I think, so. But yeah, Jen was, I feel like she's a Patriot sister already. She's incredible, so like-minded. She's the best, so.
You guys, we're going to be right back with the Real America's Voice. I'm sorry, did I just say that?
Yeah, we find it.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just two entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW, making travel great again.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
I'm sure you guys remember the platinum single, Justice for All, with Donald Trump and the J6 Prison Choir. Well, get ready for round two. We're coming out with Anthem of the Free with High Res and the J6 Prison Choir. It's coming out now. It's pre-sale until December 19th when it drops. Get yours on all platforms, Google Play, Apple iTunes. Get it. It's going to be hot.
Justice for all, our voices ring. The anthem of the free.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see. A symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
right, everybody, welcome to the final broadcast of Real J6 Committee.
Aw.
Not really. I'll come on from time to
No,
time.
he'll have a show once in a while.
Yeah. You know, when Jen was here, she twisted my arm and said, we're going to do this. And I said, okay, I agree. We need to. And, you know, I don't know how to start this off, but which one of you girls want to start talking? I want to hear y'all. Miss y'all. Okay.
You can bring him in,
Tammy, go
fellas.
ahead.
Well, first
I'll
of
throw
all-
Tammy to...
Well, we got to bring them
Can
in.
we bring them
There
all
we
in?
go. There they are. Look at those beautiful faces.
Oh, good background.
Tammy.
You know, thank you guys for having us on.
There we go.
are so excited to announce a new podcast that we are doing as ladies of the Vigil. It's going to be called Freedom's Front Porch, and it's just a little bit more intimate conversation with us than what you would get typically from the Vigil or like in a public setting. So we're kind of being just ourselves and having an intimate conversation with, you know, other people that we want to talk to.
I love that. So that is Tammy Perryman right there, and Jen Baker, I think, was in the middle, right? And we have Nicole Ruffett, just so the
Can we
audience
put
knows.
everybody on the screen, get a shot of us three, and then put the other three in it? Can you get 4 boxes up there?
Oh, well, they're working on that also, guys. If you can also bring up Asset 2 in a minute, just to piggyback on what Tammy said, that is their... It's their new logo,
Their logo.
just so the audience can see their logo, and that depicts everything about what they did down there. And if the girls want to speak on some of the things in there, all of it represents what they experienced down in D.C. for
Is
the
that Sherry's puppy on the front porch?
Oh, my
Well,
God.
Big
no,
Ruffett. It's the
that,
Ruffett
that
puppy.
is my
Oliver.
dog. That is Oliver. Excuse me. I mean, I'm a bit offended, and I'm sure viewers are.
I am so sorry.
Well, Nicole, we made sure he had his harness on.
Well, Oliver was a well-behaved dog. That one, the other one I remember was not.
That's
Oliver
right.
was fun.
Oliver's a patriot. Let's always remember that. Okay.
I'll never
And
forget.
first and foremost, and that's exactly what we're going to be bringing to everybody. You know, Freedom Corner was really just a grassroots movement that started really organically. You know, through Mickey Whithoff, through Ashley Babbitt. You know, and it was a really great grassroots movement. And what we're doing with the front porch is we're just taking it a bit more intimate. We're going to be talking about all things faith, family, and country. And, you know, we're going to have a lot of really great people on. So we hope people really, people from Freedom Corner that have told people about us. And, you know, you guys got to experience Freedom Corner. You know what it's about. It's more of a feeling. It really is a movement. And we hope the podcast takes it just a little bit further.
You know, Nicole, somebody jump in.
Nicole is the real
Nicole-
J6 housewife. I love that title.
I do want to say that, yes, I am. I am the original Six housewife. It was real tough in the beginning. You know, we didn't get any coverage like some of the other ladies do around the Real Housewife scene. But I think that we are making a movement back, and the females were a lot of power
Yes, yes.
during the J6 movement.
Yes.
And I think that we're gonna really show that. You know, it's our country's 250 coming up this weekend, and I think we just want to celebrate and project all things, you know, freedom, and take the conversation that we would have on the front porch of the Eagle's Nest to y'all.
I love that.
Yeah, and you know what? It's you guys have been quiet long enough since Freedom Corner ended, and I know a lot of people miss y'all, miss hearing you. I could think about the podcasters, you know, the live streamers, Storm, and everybody else out there, you know. And it's going to be something so good in my heart to know that y'all are still out there and you're just filling in, not filling in, but just we're hearing your voices and seeing your faces again, just like we did on live streams.
Well, they're standing
for
in the
so
gap.
long. While y'all stood in the gap.
standing in the
You know,
gap.
it's I'm excited for y'all, and this is going to be huge.
You know, last week when Dr. Maria asked me about the J6ers, you know, she said, and I think this is something you guys, and jump in wherever you want. I know many people think the J6ers got pardoned. Trump made his, answered his promise, and now that they're all good, right? Because they're pardoned. But I think what the world needs to truly understand is that your spouses, many of the people, the J6ers, they come out with family that won't talk to them. There's a weird stigma attached to it. They're trying to rebuild their life. They need to find jobs and really rebuild their life. And if you guys can speak on that, because you guys understand more than anybody can, that's really what the world needs to know, that it didn't end at the pardon on January 20th last year. There's a lot more work to be done and a lot more help that needs to be had. And if you guys can elaborate on that, you know better than anyone.
Absolutely. I will say first and foremost that I've talked to many J6 families since the pardons have happened. I've kept in communication with a lot of the people that I was already in communication with, and I've even met new J6ers that I didn't know before the pardons. And the consensus really is, it was the psychological warfare that happened inside the jails and the prisons and to these families and to these men and women. It's something you can't really wrap your head around. It's very difficult to think about even, but there's a lot of people really suffering. And I don't know it's sad to me because I don't really know how to help them because there's not a lot of resources out there to turn them towards.
Well, I think
and the reputational damage that has been done, sometimes the only solace there is being around and getting support from other patriots.
That's right.
Because you have, and then half the country truly still believes that they're domestic terrorists, and I'm hoping on the front porch that we're going to be able to talk about the different things that are happening with the way they're going to be teaching J6 in schools. How are we going to get in front of these issues? How are we going to help, these kids that have been disenfranchised from their parents because of J6? How do we help that reconnection? And it all starts by open and honest conversation. And I think we'll find that from them.
Yeah, not to mention this bullshit movie coming out with Sean Penn and Michael Fadone,
I'm in junk. I'm having AI set me up in junk.
Are you fired up?
They must have.
Did you just get fired? They must have. Hey, AI just cut you off, Nicole.
Injunctions.
So you know what Nicole said is very important. And Nicole, I was there that day, and I do believe one day our kids and grandkids will learn the real truth when it all comes to light. I really believe J6 will be portrayed as more of a revolution like it really was when it eventually. But unfortunately here in New York, there's I think it's a senator who's trying to get legislation passed. He's got co-sponsors already. I'm going to do a show on this because I am so heated about it and it's so disgusting that New York State is going to provide the schools with their version of what the January 6th insurrection. I get mental when I hear that. That's what they're going to try to pass to teach our children here in New York. So as a grassroots activist and as a mother here and as an employee of the warehouse and having a podcast, we're going to do whatever we can to try to dispel that narrative and that education that they're going to try to force on our children, which really, really upsets me. But this is why your show is important, why what we do here is important. And I think I could speak for Joe when I say at the America First Warehouse, this is a refuge and a home for all J6ers alike, and we love you here, we support you all here, and we will do whatever we can to get the right messaging out.
And that's a perfect segue right now to Joe, because I know he is ready to talk to the girls.
And then we're going to go to Jen after the commercial. Jen's waiting in the wings.
Well, if you could just put those girls up on the screen, the three ladies there. I was blessed to get to know them. I remember running into Gary McBride with his long hair on CPAC. I remember going down to the Freedom Corner for the first time, wound up in the front of the jail. It was like, what are they, where are these people, where are they?
Wasn't it raining like crazy?
Well, the next day I went, it was raining like crazy and frozen, and I was blown away. Tammy Perriman, you read every name, the people that was listed in there. Nicole, you took phone calls from the prisoners. You guys sang the Star Spangled Banner every night. You lugged the stuff down. In the beginning, it was huge generators and and wheelbarrows coming down.
But that's how you know they're real patriots, though, because real patriots stand in the cold, they stand in the hot, they don't stop. There's no fear in a patriot heart.
I told this to Jen. I said, UFC may be delayed because of a storm, and I'm like, holy shit. Freedom Corner never
No.
delayed. Freedom Corner was never canceled. I don't give. And they brought up the mosquitoes and the bugs. I'm
Bullshit.
like, dear God.
George Washington
These
walked
women
through
are
snow.
stronger than UFC fighters because they didn't stop. They were on time every night.
Good point.
You know that.
That's a real patriot. George Washington walked his troops through the snow. Patriots don't worry about weather or what's comfortable.
Tell me about
Yep.
Your repeat performance, and I saw Jen Baker there as well. You were out in Arizona for Tina Peters doing the same thing, were you not?
Yeah, that was good.
Colorado.
What could tell us
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, so Tammy, Nicole, and Nikki, and myself, and a big handful of other Patriots, J6ers, supporters from around the area of Pueblo, Colorado.
Bobby
we went
Geeswine
out-
looking redneck. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bobby Geeswine, Machine Gun Bobby showed up, and we stood a vigil for 72 hours for Tina at the Pueblo jail, prison, and that was over Memorial Day weekend. And we knew that she was getting out the following week, but it was still important to go out there and support her. And I just saw her this last weekend.
Wow.
And got to hug on her and love on her, and she so appreciated the fact that we were out there, and it just meant the world to her. And we were so blessed
God
to be
bless
able
you
to
guys.
see her. She was able to wave out of her window
And do this.
Oh, it had me in
yeah,
tears.
she was hearting, and she got a chance to, went to visitation, so she had to walk outside, and so we got to see her do that, and it was incredible. And she's a friend of the corner, and
It was powerful being a Gold Star mom. It really was, right? Like happening to be on Memorial Day, it was actually probably a better time than ever to show her that last bit of real support as a Gold Star mom on Memorial Day. It was moving. I was in tears every time I logged in to watch. So you guys you're still keeping it together and keeping it going. We are so proud of you guys. We are going to go to commercial break, so everyone stay with us. We'll be right back.
Don't go away.
250 years ago, a nation was born. Built on courage, driven by freedom, defined by patriots who stood their ground. Today, we don't just remember that legacy, we wear it. This is more than a shirt. It's a symbol of strength, freedom, and pride. I'm Steve Stern, COO of theflagshirt.com, and I invite you to celebrate 250 years of the United States with us. Wear your pride, stand for something, get your shirts today.
Politics feeling broken? What if you could match with politicians the way you match on a dating app, but based on real values? Meet OpScore from GoUSA, the first ever values-based political matchmaker. Think Match.com for elections that aligns voters with politicians. We score politicians on a nonpartisan scale based on your priorities. Track your politician scores and take our OpScore Challenge survey to match with leaders who align with you at opscore.org. Stop voting blind. Start matching smart. Politicians work for you.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
Corporate transfer. Fine, professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
If the vote count is accurate, then how come the number of voters is different? And if it's not accurate, then why was it certified? We are suing Letitia James and the New York State Board of Elections for a conspiracy against fundamental rights. This is not about who won, it's not about what party, it's about the fact that they don't care about your rights.
It's me, Joe the Box.
And I'm John the Blanket with the America First podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino podcast coming to you from the America First warehouse.
Welcome, everybody, to the James Justice Show, tearing these airwaves apart with all the craziness that goes on in the world.
Welcome to the Patriots podcast. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Shane Jenkins here with another episode of Liberty's Cage.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Red, Right, and True.
We are streaming live on America First Media and Television app.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
The America First warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the real J6 committee, where Fanone sucks and still does. So what we're going to do now is I want to ask Tammy, as a J6 wife, let's hear about your husband. Give us a brief synopsis of him and where have y'all been? Well, and what'd y'all do last week?
Your husband was a first wave J6er, was he not, Brian Jackson?
No, he was actually arrested in 2022. So, he didn't get arrested till June of 2022. So.
2 years after.
Mm.
Yeah, they investigated him for 18 months before they arrested him.
Tammy, what did that feel like during those 2 years? Were you sitting on eggshells the entire time waiting for the ball to drop?
Yeah, I was. I was actually checking the FBI website like almost regularly, like 2-3 times a week, waiting for his name to be on it. Whatever. So it was a little bit of a stressful situation, but when it happened, like when he got arrested, we didn't get raided like a lot of people did, like his brother did. He was arrested on his way out of the neighborhood on his way into work. So it was weird the way they did it, and they came to my house and like tried to question me and stuff, and I was like, get out of here, like just don't even talk to me, bring me a strike and get out.
Good for you.
Which they did, whatever. And then my way to Freedom Corner was really all God, just driving the car and telling me where to go, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't really know anything about the J6 committee or community at all. I didn't know anybody in it.
Tammy, I don't mean to interrupt, but do you know what you just reminded me of? Do you remember when we lived in Lorton, Virginia, and you would go on your own in your truck by yourself and hold a vigil? Yeah. I forgot about that.
Wow.
Yeah, I would go to Lewisburg, Pennsylvania when they were up there at the big house, and I started the Northern Neck Vigil with Stormtrooper and
wow.
That's big.
Who else went out there with us? It was Storm and
Rebecca?
Rebecca went the first time, yeah. So in the Northern Neck Patriots.
Every
step of the way, it was God just putting people in our path that needed to be in our path and us in the right paths to meet these people. And I just feel really blessed that I listened to my intuition and I listened to God telling me where to go.
Amen.
Because if I hadn't, I wouldn't meet. I've met all of you great, wonderful people and been able to be a part of this amazing movement.
That's right.
And Freedom Corner, changed my life in such a way that, I still sometimes am like, did we really do that?
It's probably so surreal.
I got a Freedom Porch story. I always remembered when Tammy or Nicole would get a call from their husbands on the Freedom Porch, and then they disappear for hours.
Oh, well, I love that.
That's a Freedom Porch story.
We're no longer under an
NDA. No longer under an NDA.
And right, allegedly, as KDJ always says, everything's allegedly. I just was curious for you, Tammy, and we'll pitch this to Nicole in a minute. Yeah. Was your husband one of the, guys in prison who they moved in the middle of the night, didn't tell you, so you couldn't find him? Those broke my heart. Those stories.
Diesel.
So I didn't really have that issue so much. I really knew, except for when he was like on his way to Virginia, and when he first got to Virginia, it was a real hairy situation. But I basically, as soon as I talked to the jail the first time, I packed my truck up and drove there. I said, no, you're not going to treat my husband the way you're going to treat other prisoners. I'm so sorry, but he has support on the outside, and he does have an advocate, and I'm right here.
God bless you.
So if you put yourself in their face, they kind of can't ignore you.
That's
So
right.
that's really was my driving factor. And it drove me all the way to Virginia and then up to DC to Mickey and Nicole, and the rest is pretty much history.
Yeah.
That's right. God bless you guys. I
Great
love
story.
Nicole, it's going to be your turn, and if Guy wants to walk around the background and
Excuse
say
me,
hi,
he's the
it's all
manager
good.
now. He
Oh,
has
well, maybe
That's right.
he'd
Guy's
like-
the manager. He's got to
Maybe
stay
he'd
off
like to
screen.
use his platinum voice and sing the Star Spangled Banner for us.
I missed that, dude.
Maybe, well,
He's a special guy.
Oh, wait. Where's Oliver?
Oliver.
There, thank
he's
you.
here.
Get him on the
Oliver's a
loud.
good
We got to bring
boy.
Oliver in before you talk.
That beautiful little pup.
There he is. Now let's see. He's got the harness
That's him
on.
on the porch.
That's
now
why-
I remember him.
I love that guy.
Hey, can we bring up Asset One real quick? I want the audience to see that we really captured, and we also have this and that, which we'll get to in a minute. The other...
This one and that one.
Where's this, right? I remember Mickey telling us about this and that.
It's the girl's logo.
I'm sorry, it's Asset 2. Did I say one?
It's their
That is
logo.
not this one and that one.
That we go.
This one, no.
And
see that dog right there with
That's
his harness
Oliver.
on?
And those two
at
beautiful
that.
little kittens were this and that, right? This one and
This
that
and
one?
that.
This one and that one.
We tried to capture everything we could.
Yeah.
And,
it was so cute. When Oliver used to bark, he would blow kisses at
And
you.
actually,
at the
there
other
was
end.
a good segue there.
He
At the-
still does.
we'll let Nicole segue into that
Come on,
because at the
Nicole.
bottom left of that graphic, it says a very powerful sentence that I love, and girls and I were chatting yesterday,
Yeah.
and yes, you guys can see it on the screen there. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty, and I actually took
Go,
that
Nicole.
very seriously, and I know Guy did too. So Nicole, the floor is yours.
Well, they had pitched that quote to be on the front porch, and it's really fitting because Guy had a T-shirt that has that quote on it, and they used it as state of mind during his trial. So we were like, absolutely, we absolutely need that. And there's no truer words said because that is exactly what was happening. And if we don't continue to fight and have conversations, that's exactly what will still happen. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad it's forefront in our logo.
Yes, it's a great.
Nicole, what are you looking forward to for this show?
I'm looking forward to have those real conversations that we did have on the front porch of the Eagle's Nest in DC. Some things that may be a little too hard to talk about on the corner. Maybe some of the things that have come about in the last 18 months since the guys and gals have been pardoned. There have been a lot of different developments that have happened through the J6 community, and I think it's going to be a really great place for other patriots to still find that same support and that grassroots feeling that we can make a difference in our country, and conversations are how you start it. So we have a lot of great patriots that have followed us through this, and I know the front porch will be a good place.
Well,
Grab a glass of iced tea and hang out with us.
A glass of iced tea, okay.
Love that. Sweet tea, right?
The Freedom Corner
Be sweet and low.
is, you could look on the maps if it's still there today. Was not Freedom Corner mapped out with Freedom Corner? You remember?
It was. It ended up having its own Google spot.
On Google Spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a battle going back and forth between us and the commies because they kept removing it from Google's map after it had already been placed, and we'd have to go back and look and make sure, it was pin dropped again. But, we can do the same thing they can.
That's
just
right.
more
Dear God.
patriotically.
I found it through searching for the Congressional Cemetery. That's
Oh,
how
yeah,
I
No,
found
right.
Freedom Corner.
that's how it was
Yeah.
originally. That's because we were right on that wall.
Right.
And so that's how we would tell people to find us. Go to the Congressional Cemetery and follow the wall down. And so that's how it began. But then people started putting that pin drop so they could make it back to Freedom Corner. And
So
the more
badass.
people that
It
did
is.
that, that's how it ended up getting its name there.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that happened organically also.
Well, here's something that I was hoping to be organic. I remember there was this opposition across the street. It was one or two, I don't know,
Demons.
pigs, I like to call
They're
them.
demons.
And didn't one of you get a chance to pop one of them in the mouth?
I would love to pop one of them in that. No, because they're
No,
peaceful. Because
unfortunately,
they
no, we did
assembled
not.
peacefully.
Then didn't Mickey get arrested?
I know allegedly somebody's bullhorn bounced off the ground.
I heard that allegedly, too.
That's all
Now
I
that
remember.
was
did
allegedly.
happen.
I also
There-
allegedly
there-
remember Hogneck, what would we call it? Yeah, Hot
When-
Dog
when I
Neck
was-
that arrested
When I was
Mickey
down for the recent, the 1 year anniversary, I think that little piglet over there got arrested on the corner, though.
Kinkle's Aquino.
Yeah, Kinkle's Aquino. She did, but then immediately released. So
Released.
she
Of
didn't
course.
even, I think they just removed her from the situation.
Yeah.
But because she was still out there after we even made it over to the Capitol area itself. So, you know, the MPD does what MPD does. They just shut it down for a second and then released her back out into the wild.
Of course.
Yeah.
Listen, we come from New York, where New York City has a lot of freaks, and I've heard a lot of crazy things, but I never heard a sound like that come out of a human before.
Oh, yeah, she's not.
Even though I think she's a demon.
Jen, do you think?
But, oh, go ahead.
Jen, do you think there's going to be restitution for these J6s? Jen
Well,
Baker?
I would like to think so, and I mean, we're working really hard at it. It just, you know, what do we know of our court system? You know, that's one thing. But I mean, if we do the things that we need to do and give these courts absolutely no reason not to, you know, approve or look into or investigate and eventually give all of them the restitution, then we've done our job. But you know, we know these courts, so we got to be on the ball. And
Ding, ding, round two. Here we go.
We're trying to cross our T's, dot our I's,
Yeah.
make sure that they are going to be wanting for nothing. They'll have all the information right at their fingertips, and you know, we possibly, you know, make it so that they absolutely have no reason to deny their claims.
Yeah.
Well, God wins in the end. So
No, God won.
God wins in the end. So we just keep staying right, just keep the fight going. They bank on us to get defeated and deflated and give up because they're a machine. But if we keep fighting the machine, I do believe, you know, we might lose some battles along the way, but we'll ultimately win the war. So I'm super proud of you guys, and we'll stay right beside you along the way. Love to hear the updates as they come. You know, Jen's working with Peter Tickton now, so we have an even deeper insider there that can help us with the case as it goes along. And I'm really proud of you guys, and really proud of Peter for taking it on.
And this segment coming up next, we'll show some pictures of last week, get a little insight on how Jen felt when she was here.
Yeah.
Jen Baker,
And then
my
hopefully
hero.
Freedom Corner family reunion here at the America
Amen.
First Warehouse.
Yeah, be right back.
Me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
Corporate transfer. Fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
All right, welcome back to the Real J6 committee that will soon be Freedom Porch.
It will be
the ladies of
Freedom's Front Porch.
Freedom's Front Porch.
But Gary will be doing
With Oliver.
specials. The Real J6 committee isn't going away forever. It's not getting archived. When we have, we'll be fitting Gary into the schedule here and there to give updates.
No, I want to give these girls my spot.
Well, they got your spot.
They need it. They want it.
Yes.
I want them to have it because they're gonna gain some. Look at how many views happened on Freedom Corner with our live streamers. This is the same thing that's going to happen right now with these girls.
People are probably waiting
same
for that.
Thing.
I
And
bet you the people
they're
are
waiting for
waiting.
it. They miss them. I miss them. If I miss them, everybody misses them. And the ones that don't miss them are going to be glad to have them back.
Yes.
You know,
and I just I know we're gonna go into Jen, give Jen the floor for a bit, but I just wanted there's something I remember noticing down at Freedom Corner, and it's actually very prevalent here in New York, and I find this to be amazing. The Chinese community that left the CCP, who are like the biggest patriots out there, I saw people from Queens, New York, when I was down at the Freedom Corner, because they are so passionate about saving this country and what's been happening, and they were a very big support for you guys. Correct?
Chinese patriots,
right?
Oh, they were just amazing. You know, so many of them had escaped, obviously, the CCP, their family members. They had such poignant stories to tell on the corner of what their families had gone through, and the plea they had for Americans to get up and fight.
Yeah.
You know, that's just what they were begging for. And the overwhelming support, not just through, monetary means, but we had these Chinese Americans that just praying, without ceasing for not just those that were incarcerated, but for families. And they were strong advocates in getting the word out and bringing people to be present, not only in the courtrooms, but at visitation, on the corner. They're extremely amazing patriots.
I love
Dwight
that.
and Lily just lining up,
yeah.
to be able to go to the jail to visit these guys. I mean, Dwight and Lily, they were, wow.
It's amazing. And I just want to highlight that because, China has such a bad rap with us, but there are good people here that were fighting so hard for justice, and I just wanted to clarify that with you guys, and I love that about them.
And Rebecca,
And
one of my favorites.
yeah.
Rebecca she always had her glasses down.
Busy.
Ready to fight.
So, but the beautiful Jen Baker has been sitting patiently.
I know Tammy Nicole's been here, and finally Jen got to come to the warehouse last week.
Yep.
She stayed here for
It
like
was-
17 months or something.
I wish. We wish.
That's your time period.
I love that number, but I wish.
Right. In dog years, that's how long I spent there.
What a great week.
It was a great week, and I couldn't have been more happy to be there. Like everything I expected and hoped for, it was like beyond. Like everything there, it was just beyond. The time, it was amazing. It was amazing.
I mean,
and I thank you so much for hosting me there. So I just
Show a few pictures of Jen this past week.
Yeah,
if
we
you guys
didn't put a ton up, but we do have
scroll through a few or
7, 8,
whatever.
and 9. That's a good. Well, they can bring that up if they want. Those are the OG ladies of Freedom Corner. They have them up yet?
The OG ladies.
There's Jen with
Yeah,
Katie.
I was having a rough day.
I think, in all fairness, Jen had the most fun time on the Kevin Downey Jr. podcast last Wednesday. They were laughing so hard I could hear it from my office, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I think if you keep going, 8 and 9, you got Jen there with Joe the Box.
Look at that.
That was at
flag.
the AMAC event.
AMAC event on the 20th. A local fire department came and hung a huge flag for us. It was beautiful, blowing in the wind, and there's Joe and Jen. And then I think we have Jen and...
There it is.
Those are the
They
OG
are.
ladies.
Wow.
Yes.
I thought that was a
That's amazing.
I'm wearing my Ashley
I
Banner
love it.
bracelet today. And I think we have one more of Jen and Gary. I think, was that, were you guys leaving?
That's at the airport. She was crying. She didn't
Yeah,
want to leave
Gary's
me, and
still
so I was
crying.
like, let go of me, girl.
I didn't want
God
Jen to leave
almighty.
either. But, and I'll let Jen, and there we go, Jen and Joe. And
Joe's office.
in the coolest office in all the
Jen
land.
was interviewing me for the Gateway Pundit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Jen came, got off the plane, didn't even like barely catch her breath yet, and Gary brought her right out to a Patriot caravan that we had, and we had done something brand new that we never did before. We were going to support a Patriot bar owner who was welcoming us to come. So Jen got to come on the tail end of that and hang
I
out
told her
with
when
us.
she got off that plane, we're going to go party.
Yeah, and then it was full speed ahead from there though, because then Friday night we had Real America's Voice and AMAC in the house for a collaboration, right?
Packed house.
So you got to see a live concert and the guys from Studio 6B, and we had an all-American barbecue here, and then the next day was the big AMAC event. And then we brought us into the week where Jen will let you speak on what it was like. You were on a bunch of shows here. You got to experience election night with us and a Trump rally with us. So it was an awesome week.
It was a good week to be up.
Really was.
It was good.
It was just jam-packed with, like, so much patriotic everything.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, there was, like, no lack of patriotism anywhere. And, like, I ended up going to the beach. We went to the beach for a minute and on my day off.
Joe Gary was ready to go.
Yeah.
You know, but it was, when we started doing the podcast on Tuesday, that was crazy. It was just like, okay, you're on this, you're on that. Okay, now come over here, you're on this, you're on that. And just meeting everybody. I mean, I'm just like, I'm still coming down.
And I got to curtail off what you just said.
And you did phenomenal.
Because you saw the moving parts here at the America First Warehouse and what we do here for podcasts. And I don't care if it's the last minute before a show starts, we get shit done.
Yeah, we do.
Moving cameras, moving stages, moving chairs, checking batteries on microphones and all that. And that's why I'm so ecstatic for you guys, you girls, to be with us, because this is your home. And you get to say whatever the hell you want.
Amen.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
All right, you may eat those words.
No,
but all
I'm not
right.
going to eat those. I've heard you say some things before, and I haven't eaten them yet.
Yeah, many of the other platforms that are just sharing the half-truths or the untruths that are out there, we don't. We would love, I am so blessed to have you be part of our network and keep building it up. I don't know where Jesus has taken us, but where he's taken me so far to get to this moment in time is a miracle in itself. A miracle in itself to be great friends with you down there, to help you with the house, get you closer, organize it, and be part of it. And you opened your arms to me and my brother John, and we are honored and blessed. You let us stay at the house with you when we were down visiting. Tammy, you cooked for us all the time. It was crazy what would happen there. Nicole, you was in charge, and it was pretty much, that's how I saw that. Other than when Mickey was around, then she was in charge.
I do see Mickey as like the matriarch of the J6 community.
You know
I really
what?
do.
I just thought of, I'm pretty sure she's watching.
I hope so. Hi,
Mickey,
Mickey, if you're watching, we love you.
I
We
love
miss you.
And you're so delightful.
Yes.
Well, and I'll tell you guys,
I miss her.
I've been super blessed because these women opened their door to me, opened their arms to me. They're, my best friends. I love them with all my heart. I wasn't there all the time, but I was able to go up there as much as I could, at least once a week if I could, and they were always so helpful in the work that I was doing, and they gave me a place to rest my head, and from there, late nights on the porch and discussions, and we have a bond that will never be broken. And
Amen.
it's a true blessing to be able to do this on the America First Warehouse's network. Like,
Jen, it's true what you said about open arms and
the bond.
welcoming you and stuff like that. And when I moved to Lord, the only thing that I knew about Nicole and Mickey was on videos that I was doing, and here I am moving all the way from Texas over there, not knowing what I'm getting into, and then I figured out what I was getting into, and I loved living with all y'all because it was structured. We knew that night on the front porch what we're doing the next day. You're going to the courthouse. You're going to get groceries. You're going to, it was routine.
It was more than just a corner.
It was more than just a corner. It was a family.
Well,
a freaking family.
I think that's the thread through all the patriots around the country, and I think somewhere the enemy failed, because when they were trying to take us all down during the pandemic and we all gained so much from this all. I feel I did. My bestest friends now are people I met in this fight, and I'm seeing that through you guys.
Do we have another segment?
Can we go a few more minutes?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Are we all okay? I thought I was off.
No, hey,
But
we're going to go another segment.
I was frozen up, but Freedom Corner, it is a family, and we needed to have that family. And Patriots are a true family, and that's what you're going to see on the front porch, with us. Is we're going to bring that thread in there, because that is how we go forward. It's faith, family, and country, and we've got to go full dead ahead with it. So I'm anxious, to get the conversation started.
No commercials, guys. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, I'd like to keep going if we can.
This was the last segment, but Joe the Box is the boss, and this is his place. So we just said skip commercials, and let's just keep going.
I am the boss. I'm the boss.
Thanks,
I'm
guys.
the boss. I'm the boss. I will tell you, this is my experience recently with the J6ers, because I was looking to try and grab a hold of everybody that was participating in it. And what I found out is that a lot of the J6ers, I assumed that they kind of knew each other. I assumed that they were friends, but really none of them knew any of them. Nobody knew anybody before that day.
Right.
Yet the government tried to sell a story that it was so well organized, that it was a planned situation.
It was Lego Man's fault.
Yeah, but I mean, Lego Man, I know now that it was one of his best friends that brought that story to the FBI.
Yeah, well, Guy was the spearhead running up the stairs.
But my question to you guys is that you actually spoke to most of them almost every day, every night. And I seem to be a lot of different names that were calling in every night. You got to know a lot of them. You went to their jail. You went to their trials and stuff. Do you think that I notice there's not a lot of unity. It's not like one big happy family or one big group of people. It's very fragmented. And I really love the Jesus-loving, following people. Those are the ones that I'm looking for. Is there a big divide?
There's some bad players.
I think I'm just gonna say I don't feel like the divide is as bad as it has been made out to be. What I do feel is that there are a lot of people hurting. There's a lot of people struggling, financially, emotionally. And that can just compound any feelings out there. There's not as much support for them now that they're out as there was when they were inside. I know that sounds a bit crazy, but they were used to mail every day. There were certain things that made them feel like they were being seen, that I feel like now isn't really happening. So yes, of course, that does come with some divide.
What a great thing you just said, Nicole.
Known.
This is what you just said. I never thought about, and I think this is what y'all show is going to be so huge about is, these guys had letters coming in. They were getting phone calls, getting visits, then released, and now what?
Right.
Well, and what's
Tammy,
crazy, I'm working with Peter Tickton with this lawsuit and talking to J6ers every day. J6ers, I didn't know their stories, or maybe I knew their name, but I didn't know what had happened to them. And anywhere from somebody who got pled guilty to one misdemeanor and had 14 days in federal prison for it, and not just jail, but anyone from that kind of caliber of charges and sentencing and all that kind of stuff to somebody who got sentenced to 15 years or whatever, they're all struggling.
Yeah.
And especially and these people who got the smaller charges, they were in their own silent prison for 4 years because they were told not to reach out by their attorneys or told, by the judges, that they couldn't do stuff. It's amazing to me how many people are silently suffering.
You know what, Jen? You just reminded me of something else again. When I moved to Fredericksburg, when I left here, I met a few J6ers I've never heard of. And the same thing that they told me was they didn't know how to get help. They didn't know who to go to. And I'm thinking, holy shit.
Imagine.
You did not hear about Freedom Corner? No, what is that? I'm like, oh my God. It's and that told me so much that there's so many out there that did not know how to ask or get help or whatever. And continuing on right now with them.
Now, I've even had Jan 6ers back when they were in trial, and they would see me show up, ask me to leave because they didn't want to be associated with other Jan 6ers. Because their attorneys had told them that it wasn't a good move.
These never mind.
I have rain here, so good luck on my Starlink.
I cannot.
That is heartbreaking.
Well, it's even more frustration to me. I have, I'm on the front lines. I really want to push the J6 narrative, the movement, the truth, the whole 9 yards. And I had a meeting with Rudy Giuliani, and on his birthday when he came in here, and we had a handful of other J6s. He had Phil Grillo from Queens. We had Kirsty.
What's that?
I like Philip.
Yeah, he's a good man, no doubt about it.
Stamp of approval.
And a few other people, but they got down to Rudy, and my concern is that Rudy said it's the non-violent people, and I'm like, I don't like that at all. I don't like the way that sounds. I think that some people might have even taken plea deals not to go to jail and said they were violent when they really weren't. I heard some of that. Do you feel that there's separation? Is that easily separated, or is that fair to have a statement like that?
It's totally unfair. And the reason why it's totally unfair is because an action like having a policeman beating you over the head with a baton, and if you go like this, that is assault. I'm sorry, but that is not assault.
No.
And there are many instances of people not actually doing anything that were charged with assault, that were convicted of assault, that pled to assault. And it's very unfair to say only nonviolent offenders or this or that. You really have to look at a case by case and see like the vastness of the corruption that happened in each one of these cases.
It was crazy. I did get a chance to read. There was the grandma there, Cindy Lee Young, or what she had gone through for walking through the Capitol with it in there. And they had given her attorneys, and they were supposed to be public defendants, but she refers to them in her book as public pretenders. That they've already perceived the outcome on her, and that was probably the case for many. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Now you
I've seen people be charged with assault without a victim.
Yep.
Without a victim.
Wow. See this.
And
I'm
they would
excited
not.
for their
And
show.
Gary knows.
Yeah.
I mean, Gary's been trying to get video footage out for years of January 6th, and these defendants were denied their discovery of video and any discovery. There's major Brady violations that happen during these trials. And I mean, there could be a full-on 10-minute video of maybe a cop, hurting a couple of people, and you see their hands like this, and all you'll get in the trial is a still shot of the person going like this.
Who's throwing a punch at the cop.
They claim it that they're throwing a punch instead of defending themselves.
Yeah.
It's like when
there's that famous quote that I can't stop saying is what also looks like violence is self-defense. So
that's right. It's like when you see the videos of that day. I was there that day. It was I've hosted hundreds of rallies, and I've been to many. And that was one of the absolute best days of my life at a rally until it wasn't. I always say that. And those videos are what you're saying is so true, because when you see the police throwing off the smoke bombs and stuff like that, and then you see people's action hands like that, it does look very nefarious. But it was not, I will die telling the world that it was such a beautiful, I mean, we were singing God Bless America, chanting USA. There were intercessors praying. We were all a family. All the good people that were there for the right reasons. And I'll never regret being there because we had our First Amendment right to peacefully assemble and air our grievances to the government. And we didn't want them to certify an election. It was that simple. And that's why I think of your husbands and all the J6ers as a hero, because I know the heart that brought us there. God told us to go there that day, defend your country, support President Trump, and put some pressure on Congress. But what they depicted was so gross, and it's really not a clear depiction of what happened that day. One day I want the world to see the greatest rally that ever existed, supporting our president and being frustrated Americans about a stolen election.
Oh, they're going to see it.
And they will see it, because a lot of us, I hope, will die trying to make sure the world knows.
Well, I appreciate your. Oh, sorry, Nicole.
Oh, I saw I had reception, so I was going to say, Jan 6, I've seen the videos. I know so many of our patriots showed up that day. But Freedom Corner did come out of the ashes of tragedy, and it came out of the death of Ashley Babbitt.
That's right.
And her mother's fight for Ashley. And, there may have been some compensation given, which is nothing compared to the patriot we lost that day, and her murderer still walks free.
That's right.
So those will still be some conversations that we have on that front porch that I hope people join in and listen to.
I hope so too.
That's going to be
that's
good.
amazing.
I got chills when you said that.
That's amazing, because the first-hand experts are really you, the Freedom Corner that was down there with all the time and the interviews and the people and going to the classrooms and the courtrooms. I do want to ask both Nicole and Tammy this: both of your husbands were part of the Star Spangled Banner song, and they both had gotten awards or platinum record for that. Do they sing to you with their platinum voices?
I actually introduced my husband as a
platinum recording artist,
a successful recording artist. So yeah, he's kind of a big deal.
He is a big deal.
Nicole, your man was involved in that too.
Well, guys sing sweet nothings to me every morning. So
that's beautiful. Now I understand the song sold millions and millions of copies, so you guys should be rich.
I wish.
Oh, because that's always how it works, right?
Yeah.
I do want to
Somebody
tell you.
made money. Somebody made money.
I will be so happy when, again, not after what you've been through, and money won't bring people back, but as a tax-paying citizen, I want to see you guys walk away with the most amount of money that you guys can get, because what they did to your lives is just disgusting. So I'm praying. I would be happy if you guys all walked away with $1 trillion each. I'm not even kidding. But
it's a sad time, but I will tell you
okay
this.
with that.
I'm so grateful to be part of it, and I'm blown away. We're going to share your stories. We're going to share your show. We're going to get some attention to it, and continue to push the truth. Right, Gary?
Yeah, this is going to be good. I'm glad to have you girls here.
Well, I'm excited to know who's going to be sitting on our front porch first.
That's right. Yeah, we wanted to ask you guys that. Why don't you guys tell us who's sitting on that?
Who is it? We'll be
I'm
there.
going to open the door. I'm going to open that screen door and see who it is. Who is
Open
it?
it.
It's going to be
Tell me.
I'm not going to.
lovely Miss Tina Peters is going to be our
Tina
first guest.
Peters?
That is pretty
Yes.
incredible.
So that will
we
be
can't
there.
wait to have a conversation with her and just love on her and all that.
Yeah,
It's
that's
gonna be
That's an
great.
awesome first guest. So that just is a perfect segue into Gary's show is the second Tuesday of every month. It's a monthly podcast from 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. The girls will be taking that slot in July. Like you said, what a great month for that to start, right? For justice and freedom in America's
And somebody's
250th birthday month. And it is Joe the Box's birthday that day too, so it's a good day. They'll be monthly for right now, and that could change down the road, but
it'll change.
The real J6 committee will pop in from here and there and give updates on our network, because he's doing other great work that needs to be told. And I think we all share the same sentiment, how much we absolutely loathe Michael Fanone, and there's a lot coming out with the movie, so Gary will be working on some of
focus
that
on right
stuff. Everybody has a role in this, so the ladies, listen, there's plenty of room here on our network. I have an all-ladies show. I am so thrilled to bring on another set of ladies who I love and admire so much.
So most of these are going to be Zoom in,
I got
Zoom
you,
out.
Teresa.
You're welcome.
I want them at the warehouse, and I want to put them on an actual front porch.
Well, I hope we talked about that actually when they come in. They do plan on on coming eventually when they can.
I'll build the front porch.
And we talked.
Didn't we have the front porch over here, remember?
I actually showed them my outdoor furniture and said we can bring these in and make a porch. We will do whatever we can to make it comfortable. And
We need
awesome
Tammy's
here.
lawn chair, because that's hers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, you guys always have a home here no matter what, and we hope to have you guys in person in studio. But yes, going for now, as of the 14th this month especially, we'll be coming in remote from where they all are.
Yeah.
With a very special guest, which is a great way to start off. And we are just thrilled to welcome you guys to our family here, the network. You're already part of the family. And we're proud of you, and thank you for everything you're doing, and thank you for the sacrifices your family's made.
Well, thanks
Thank
for
you
this
for
really
having us.
great opportunity. Yeah, absolutely.
Least we can do.
All right, we're going to close this out. I love y'all. I miss y'all. Now let's kick ass.
Love you guys.
I can't
Love
wait to
you.
see you and hear you. I think your show is going to be a total success. I know it. There's so many people I talked to when I was down there in D.C. Just what we're doing with the J6. I got hooked into it a long time ago. When I saw that, when I heard shots fired, I knew we were set up. I couldn't believe it. And to watch what you ladies did, I am blessed to be your friends. We're going to give you a great show. There's no doubt about it. People are going to see it. They're going to want sponsors. The America First Media and Television is a proud member of Freedom Corner.
That's right.
That's right. When y'all's footsteps hit the floor when you wake up in the morning, the devil's going to go, holy shit, they're up.
That's right. So let's show
He always does.
Let's
As
show
you-
ad set 6 one more time. Those are the OG ladies of Freedom Corner. If we can bring that up, and then we'll go right to ad set 2 one more time, just so the audience knows what to look for. That is their new
Nicole
logo.
Reffett, Tammy Perryman. And we had Mickey Whithoff
Jen
and you had
Baker.
Jen Baker there.
And I want you guys to know something about that logo too. You know, if you can take a screenshot of it or whatever you have to do when it comes out, you need to just zoom in and just read everything on there, because everything that's on that porch is the truth. And you see the animals. That's the
It
animals.
reminds me of a work of
You know?
art where an artist puts in so much time and develops their story, and in that piece of art, in that picture, are many, many stories within.
Well,
and that's what that's done.
Ernie's in the room, and I have to say it originated from Ernie, and then it was a collective effort for the rest of us to finish it.
That's
so
right.
that was Ernie did help with that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And
Thanks, Ernie.
Ernie, they said
And
thank
everyone.
yes.
Yes.
you. Ernie's in here. Hey, I love you,
Freedom
girls.
Corner ladies are
Yes,
here.
welcome to the family.
love you guys.
We love you too.
love you.
Thank you
God
for
bless
coming
guys.
on. Thank you for coming on.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye, girls.
Happy.
For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. And the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be. America First Warehouse, a beacon